CL is once again team green here as we head into Sleeping Giant. All right. Zath, talk to me about the CL lineup here. What do we got cooking?
Well, they're bringing 3 destroyers, 4 cruisers. We got Luna in the Daring again. Fat Z in the Gdansk. Maruku is in the Delny.
Same destroyer lineup.
Eminent is in the Haolu. Xbox in the Marseille this time, so slight change there instead of the Napoli. Lemon is in an Henri 4, and finally Laumo is in a Venezia with unique upgrade. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think they're sensing some Hindenburgs and stuff that he can chew up.
Yeah, man, we haven't seen much Venezia this tournament. All right.
We really haven't.
BONKZ back to the wall, needs a win to stay in the event. Running a double destroyer lineup. We're looking at Battleship Nagato's Ragnar and Dyer in a Gdansk this go around. It's a 5 cruiser lineup for BONKZ, all sporting some variant of the fancy pinata camo, by the way. I love that. Meant to mention that last game. Oh no, except for Bowser, who has to be different. All right, Addy sticking with Henri Quatre here. Addy was in Henri last game. Yeah, Henri Quatre. Kermit Seppuku now in a defense, giving up on the Napoli from last game. Disquarius moving from Colbert into Salem. We talked briefly about Bowser in a Zhao this time, unique upgrade Zhao. And our last ship, another Henri 1-for-1, moving from a Des Moines last game, now in an Henri Quatre of his own.
Yeah, I think, we saw last game, the problem with Colbert is just how easy it takes damage at the worst possible time, I might add. So I think BONKZ saying, okay, we need to kind of level it up a little bit, or even it out in terms of point spread. I like the idea of a defense on this map. Let's see how they use that.
Yeah, I've got to see how they...
I feel like they're going to be...
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jinx.
Well, I'll say I feel like this early destroyer clash is going to go poorly for BONKZ, or at least I'm getting that vibe here as we're seeing a triple destroyer rush versus a double destroyer rush. You know, you're looking at double radar versus single radar, but like there's a lot more firepower out of that CL destroyer group. I'm going to have to see how BONKZ plays this.
Yep, that's exactly what I was fixing to say, but they do have the 2 Henris and possibly the Salem to back them up for cruisers.
At the moment, the Henri, it's going to be about timing, right? The Henris are behind the island. All right, 1-for-1's guns are available. Addy's guns are basically available now as well. Okay, I was concerned because we watched games where you had teammates camped behind this goofy island who weren't able to impact the early destroyer battles, but everybody's RPF seeming to point towards mid means nobody's willing to commit for this cap now. Everybody playing super conservative here in game 2 so far.
That's right. The cap is lava, everyone.
It seems that way. They're certainly treating it that way.
Battle?
Yeah. No, it's not a random battle because all the destroyers are still alive, Zath.
Oh, that's true. No, that's a ranked battle.
Oh, excuse me. My bad. My bad.
Oh, and we have no AFKs. That's another reason.
Yeah, definitely not a random battle. Yeah. Oh, yeah, if they're ranked. I know, right? Lord. Now, the Henris would have been available to impact the A cap. That window has closed. Addy in 1-for-1 now too far to the west. They're not able to impact any potential battle for the A cap any longer. But both Dyer and Battleship Nagato just lurking very cautiously here. In fact, their radar not even able to pick up Luna. They do pick him up there. Oh, the Gdansk radar picks him up.
Gdansk radar.
As Nagato is picked up on Gdansk radar here.
Yep.
But Nagato choosing not to open fire means that as soon as Fat's radar expires, they can't spot him anymore.
I like that decision.
Well, I think they're setting Nagato up to be a second tripwire here if Luna decides to come back to the cap.
Absolutely.
They didn't want Nagato to take any unnecessary damage there. And he did take a little bit of chip damage, but nothing major.
Meanwhile, we've got Zhao versus Venezia over on the 9-10 line.
I really like the
A little
Zhao.
unusual.
Well, excuse me. Damn, the early morning catching up with me. What I like about
Mm.
Bowser in this engagement is he gets to dictate the engagement, right? He
Oh, yeah.
has 2 kilometers or more of detection advantage on this Venezia. At no point can the Venezia sneak up on him. The reverse cannot be said.
Right.
More
All the shells flying at B now.
Yep. More early radar trading here at A. As Disquarius' Salem is going to move up and be like, all right, boys, I challenge you to dislodge me from this position. Good luck.
He said that at the end of last game.
Well,
it was a different boat at least.
Last game, it was a very different boat. What I like about what they've done with this early destroyer lineup, Zath, they're using the Gdansk and the Ragnar to basically just keep CL off this cap until they were able to set the Salem up where they wanted him. And now he's here.
Right. And we got the 2 Henris set up for kiting away over on the 1 line.
All right.
I also like, Disquarius is also forced to take defensive anti-air because he's in a Salem, so might as well use it.
Honestly, of all the ships you could bomb, Salem kind of cares not, right? Because she can just be like, all right, whatever, you bombed me. I have my crazy heal. What do I care? All right, Zath. So the off cap, right, flips much earlier this game than it does last game. And just like last game, does go to BONKZ here early. So it's on CL to respond. BONKZ slowly starting to build a lead here. I have to see how CL decides they want to play this.
Absolutely. Ball's in their court. I think they're going to push into the Thunderdome.
Have a look at Nagato. I like this decision to reposition him. Looks like they might be doing the same thing with Kermit's defense as well, Zath.
Yeah, I think they're sensing that CL might pivot and try to push over at the B cap. So they're getting ready for essentially to receive a push on both sides, which makes sense. In competitive, you would much rather receive a push than have to push.
Yep.
Because then you dictate the damage and you dictate when you can kite away and just go dark.
Well, and the bombs dropping on Addy's Henri here tell them that the Howden Liu is definitely over there, even though they can't see Emanon. They have to know he's close.
Oh.
Some big Dutch bombs there falling onto Henri's deck. Addy under some early threat here. Now the Howden Liu opening up. They can clearly see him moving into Thunderdome, so they know that's going to be a thing.
Yep. With the Henri's pushed so far back, the AP isn't as much of a concern anymore. Addy is taking a full fire, though.
Yep. 80-point lead and continuing to slowly grow here for BONKZ. Have to see what CL decides to do for pressure. They did take big chunks out of Maruku's Delny over there, and they have pulled Luna's Daring back to play defense closer to the B cap. Ragnar.
I almost feel like they're just gonna push up there.
I mean,
like
maybe
they're just gonna push up the 7 line.
Ragnar and defense. That's Kermit and Nagato aggressively moving up the 7 line here. Spotted torpedoes coming in on Luna. Those are Gdansk torpedoes. We did have an info radar there from Dyer. So they saw where Luna was sitting, and they caught a glimpse of Fats Gdansk as well. Now the A-cap contested. Emeron standing in there on his Hydro. Going to try and drop some bombs on Disquarius, who probably doesn't really care.
No, they will add up over time, though, of course.
All right, so there's the counter radar from the Gdansk. Going to clearly pick up this push from Nagato and Seppuku. Put some damage downrange on Dyer's Gdansk as well. Tried for a big SAP salvo on Nagato's Ragnar, but got nothing. Luna just gets chunked right there.
Oh, Fatsy, though.
Yeah. Fats caught out now. Salem shells going in, 1,200 HP and falling, and he's gone. A big, big kill here for BONKZ in game 2.
Kermit Seppuku takes it. Yeah, something.
Was that SAP or AP?
I think that was... Doesn't matter. It was
whatever
Venezia,
it was noteworthy. Now has to reposition to kind of reduce the threat that the Venezia represents to him.
Oh, that's definitely sap. Wow.
Definitely getting chunked out of the SAP there. His smoke is available. He's going to try and wait until he's in the cap to use it, I'm sure.
Hmm.
3 minutes and ticking here, as now BONKZ successfully pushing into the B cap. Defense's Hydro is up as he lays his smoke down. Ragnar spotted briefly there. SAP salvo coming in. Solid hit.
Yeah, decent hit there.
Not catastrophic, but certainly noteworthy. They're trying to give the Venezia something else to think about. Bowser off his starboard flank, chunking the AP down. The HE downrange.
Meanwhile, the Henris for BONKZ aren't really trading too well. Both are at 20K and falling.
Well,
they're
and
trying to just keep kiting away.
Kermit getting chunked there as well, forced out of his smoke, not able to pick up this cap, stopping the points, but more SAP falling in, taking another 10K. He does make it to a heal. Defense does get that crazy British fancy heal, so Kermit's going to be able to recover quite a bit of this HP, but they're going to have to pull him out of there.
Which is fine. They got the Gdansk coming up. They got Nagata getting the B cap.
Well,
Bowser's working his way along with the Zhao, so Seppuku doesn't have to sit there.
I think that Dyer's goal is to catch out and murder the Daring, and I think he's going to... Yep, there's the radar. He's going to be in a good spot to do that here. Let's see if he can seal the deal.
Watch the Venezia salvo. He was ready for this.
Not as big as they needed. They got some damage, but not as much as they needed. They do finally flip B.
Here comes the bombs, though.
Oh, they grab the Daring, and just like that,
they get the Daring.
We're under 20 seconds here from a BONKZ win in Game 2.
Yep, Seppuku slapped Lamo's Venezia as well for his insolence earlier.
The CL push down the 1-2 line has just taken too long to materialize, and they've never been able to seal the deal on one of the Henris. They're going to bag Lomo's Venezia. Oh,
very close salvo. Very close salvo on that Ragnar.
Dyer down. Yep, Dyer down to 670 health, but he manages to hold on. BONKZ doesn't lose a single ship here in Game 2.
Official wargaming blowout.
And Zath, we get our wish. We're going to Game 3.
We're going to Game 3. Let's come back out and see if there's any more spectators in here.